2025 season preview for the Melbourne Storm. Here we go. Let's look back to 2024. What a season it was. Just the 5 losses with 19 wins in the regular season. They lost the grand final 14-6. It was a terrific season. Harry Grant replaced Christian Welch as the club captain. They extended Folongo on a long-term deal until 2028. Cameron Munster, I'll tell you what, he made his first appearance in week 5. He also played his 200th game in the National Rugby League. He had those groin concerns.
He was on one leg.
He was on, but still, what a great player.
He was on one leg. They say that he wasn't training at all during the week, just needling up. So everything is looking rosy for Melbourne Storm at the moment. Papenhuyzen has had a off season.
Yep.
He's going to be playing. There was Jerome Hughes' neck. That was a bit of a worry. That ruled him out of the Pacific Championship at the end of the year, but apparently he's fit and ready to go. So it's a good-looking side. They're a stronger-looking side this year.
They had a few concerns on their right side, so that they've got to tidy up that Warbrick meanie edge.
Yeah.
But really, like when you throw in Stefano Utukamanu, when you get Nelson back, like where's the weaknesses? They got pretty much every reason to say they could win the comp.
Well, of course, and that's why they're favourites.
Yep, that's why they're the favourites.
That's why they're the favourites. But after what we saw Penrith do the other over in Vegas, it's those two, and then daylight at the moment.
Yeah, Broncos could be the one to sneak up.
We'll see how they go tonight.
Jason Riles was announced as Parramatta coach. He was then released to start at the Eels early. They lost to the Dragons in round 22, 18-16. The loss at Amy Park. Smith, Slater, Cronk and Inglis announced as inductees into the Hall of Fame, the NRL Hall of Fame. Smith, Slater, Cronk and Inglis, of which Bellamy had a major part to do with all of those players, and he's going to join us later on. Jerome Hughes won the Dally M medal winner, deservedly so. Harry Grant Katoa made the team of the year for the Dally M's. Harry Grant, the captain, extended his deal, so there was talk about what would he do. So he's extended to the end of 2026. And Frank Panisi, who, if you don't know Frank Panisi, he has a lot of say there at the Melbourne Storm, to the point where, Madge got him involved in the New South Wales side, which won. They're keeping him there with Laurie Daly. He's a star as well. That was 2024. They pick up Stefano Utukamanu and Moses Leo, this young rugby convert. They lose Remus Smith, young Tonamapea, Aaron Penne, Chris Lewis, Tepai Moreau, Christian Welch. With the greatest respect to those players, of course, Christian Welch fighting injury. Remus Smith, I think you find's gone over to Super League.
Yep.
If you get Nelson back for that grand final, you throw in Stefano.
And this kid, this Moses Leo that played sevens, you know what's going to happen here.
Of course you do.
You know exactly what's going to happen.
You know exactly what's going to happen. You don't know how he's going to get a start, but you know he will get a start and he'll kill it. One more year with Craig Bellamy. Is it the last dance? We've got him coming up a little bit later on. Well done to Christian Welch. Retires, medical retirement, we think it's going to be, Brian.
Yep.
What a great career.
Origin player. They'll also have some money in the cap. Who are they going to sign? They'll pick up someone.
And again, like Sua Folongo, how does he fit into the puzzle? Ryan Papenhuyzen's there. We hope that he has a terrific year. Ryan Papenhuyzen, the Clive Churchill medalist winner. But you just know that Sua Folongo will play a big part for the Melbourne Storm. We don't know how, but he'll find a way. Stefano Utukamanu debuting. Can they get over the hump and beat the Penrith Panthers and Ivan Cleary, Brian?
I think they can. I think they can. They were in and up to their eyeballs in the grand final last year. There was a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes from Will Warbrick under the high ball. There was that one that Liam Martin outleapt him and they scored. No Nelson was huge for them.
Huge.
As it's the Nelson effect. Now you've got the Stefano effect.
Yep.
So we talk about Adam Fanua-Blake saying he's going to release the playmakers for the Sharks. Well, Harry Grant is going to be running on the back of Stefano, then Nelson.
Yep.
Eli Katoa.
Mate, you got blokes like Trent Liero who's in the Queensland camp. Like, it's just endless.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So the Harry Grant, and as we know now, it's all about momentum. The rule changes have suited some teams and haven't suited others. Well, it suits this team. No end.
Absolutely.
I think they're morals.
To win the comp?
I think they're morals.
Do you?
I do. If they keep this side, and in October, the first Sunday in October, and that this is their team, they're going to be hard to beat.
We're catching up with Craig Bellamy later on, but honestly, yes, they're all superstars, but most of these players you hadn't heard of until Craig Bellamy got his paws on them,
Yep.
right? And you know what's going to happen with Stefano. Eli Katoa turned up and his shares rise. You know that's going to happen with him, don't you?
Yeah.
You just know. I keep saying this. Like, how is anyone going to win this? How are you going to beat Madge, Cleary, Bellamy? Like, to win the comp, you've got to go past those three. You may have to go past those three in consecutive weeks.
With good cattle.
With good cattle.
With good cattle.
How do you beat Madge, Bellamy,
Cleary?
And you'd have to probably beat at least two of them in a row. How do you actually do that with the cattle they have? And I keep saying this, that if you truly wanted to level the comp out, you'd have to throw the head coach's salary or the salary cap. If you truly wanted to level it out.
Soft cap.
You'd have to. That's the only way. Otherwise, the game is so built on coaches now. The best coaches are going to keep winning. They just will keep winning.
Yeah. Well, okay, if that's your argument, where does South finish?
Well, I had the argument around Father Time, and Wayne could well and truly prove me wrong because Jack Gibson's first 6 stints as a coach, he was at about 70%. Wayne was the same. 7th and beyond, Jack went down to about 40%.
Yeah.
Wayne's at 40% with his
But
7th and beyond.
Then it comes to, look at the teams Jack had.
Yeah.
Look at the teams Wayne had.
Yep.
So
Father Time
is
undefeated.
If you threw Ivan in at the Bunnies, where would they finish?
Are
they making the 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Any of those three coaches.
But you haven't got them in the 8
at the Bunnies.
You haven't got them in the 8 with Wayne.
No.
But if you threw Ivan in, you would.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Mate, no doubt. I'm not questioning Wayne Bennett as a super coach.
No, I know.
But the game evolves, and right now, those three are the benchmark. Do you disagree with that?
No.
Okay, if you were signing a new club and I said, righto, you've got Wayne, you've got Madge for a 1-year contract, Bellamy and Ivan. Right, then who?
Bellamy.
Then who?
Then Ivan.
Then who?
Then Madge, probably.
And then,
no, maybe Robbo.
Yep.
Maybe
Mate, Robbo would be there too. That's what I'm saying. Like, there is so many good coaches in this competition at the moment, but it's the elite coaches who are going to just keep winning these competitions. They're just way too good. 1300 01 1170 is a way to have your say. So in summary, Brian, the Melbourne Storm, you've got them coming where?
I've got them coming first. I have them as the Premiership winners.
Okay, well I've got a boxed grand final where Brisbane, Melbourne, Penrith, they're going to be the three teams fighting for 2 spots, and then it's going to come down to suspension and injury.
Which is pretty much all sides.
Yeah, but I don't see a team outside those three playing in the grand final.
If you lose Jerome Hughes with his neck injury, there could be. There was talk last year that it could be not career-threatening, but it was that bad.
Yep.
They've got young Jonah Pezzett, who when he did his knee last year, but when they threw him in, he looked like a first grader.
Yeah,
he handled it quite easily.
Okay,
so they got the depth.
Okay, they've shown they've done this before. This is a note to Andrew Webster at the Warriors. Is Jonah Pezzett back fit and playing? He had that injury.
He did his knee last year.
Is he back playing now?
I'm not too sure. But that's a question for Hillstorm Hillary.
Okay, well, if he's back playing, and he may not be, but they lent Harry Grant to the West Tigers, and when he left the West Tigers, he was straight into the Queensland side.
I know what you're saying here, John Simons.
So would you do it?
John Simons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you do it? If you're the Melbourne Storm, would you do it? And if you're the Warriors, would you want to do it? And again, we need to check on the health of
Newcastle were keen. Newcastle were very keen on Pezzett.
He's recovering from an ACL. But something like that, if I'm Coach Webster, something like that, a game manager, go and grab him.
Well, yeah, and this will be a great case study because Ronnie Volkman's got 6 weeks to prove himself to other clubs.
Yep.
So he's going to be behind Mitch Moses.
Of course he is.
So
what an opportunity for Ronnie Volkman.
For Ronnie Volkman, this is where, because when he comes back, we can then loan him out.
Yep, there you go. All the good coaches are talcum powdering themselves, says.
Probably. I'm doing it tonight. But hang on, before we get this, it's just not talcum powdering. It's the butter, the body butter first.
Yep.
Because then you spray it with your
Lamington.
Leamington. Had someone called it the Leamington?
So Melbourne Storm, there you go. Brian Fletcher has them as the benchmark. I've got them certainly there. They're absolutely there. They just need a bit of luck when you need it. And as I said, coming to us later on, well, actually, this one comes from 184 saying that Jonah currently has a hammy injury. So, well, the good news around that, if he's got a hammy injury, that means he's back running.
But that's the rort. See, they fix their ACLs with the hammy. So it used to be the patella. Yeah, they'd use the patella, and then everyone was getting tendonitis. or 850, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
But then now they're using the Hemi. So invariably after you have your ACL, you're doing a Hemi.
Hopefully he comes good and gets a bit of run, a bit like young Cade Dykes. Hopefully Cade Dykes can get a good run as well.